Welcome to the lesson Europe Part 2. In the Part 1, we saw about Europe, its location, the rivers, the mountains, peninsula, and we also saw the climate. Now, children, do you know in India how many seasons we are having? We are having three seasons. And do you know how many seasons are there in Europe? So, let us see how many seasons are there in Europe and how they are growing crops. In this part 2, we are going to learn about the seasons. There are four seasons in Europe: autumn, spring, summer, winter. And we are going to see the agricultures. And here, the agriculture, the land holdings are very huge. And agriculture revolution has happened here. And they are using latest technology in agriculture. And we will see even sea routes, how they discovered the sea routes to India and other continents. Here is a map which is showing you the 44 countries in Europe. Now, let us see the seasons in Europe. In Europe, we are having four seasons: winter, spring, summer, autumn. Winter season in Europe. Winter begins in November and it is very cold in December with snowfall. It snows heavily on mountains and less on plain. Sun rises in the day at 10 a.m. and sets by 4 in the evening. Shedding of the leaves occur. And Eastern Europe is more cold than the Western Europe. The spring season in Europe. Spring occurs in March with longer days and shorter nights. There is a melting of the snow and the appearing of shoots, blooming of fresh green leaves and color flowers. Plowing of the fields, sowing is done in spring. Wheat, barley, rye, oats are the crops. Summer season in Europe. Summer extends from June to August. Days are very long. Sun rises at 4 a.m. and sets at nearly at 8 or 9 p.m. In Sweden, sun does not set at all, so it is called the land of midnight sun. Summer is a season of agriculture in Europe. Crops mature and the occasional showers are sufficient for the crops, and all the harvesting activity is done in summer. Autumn season in Europe. Autumn is from September to October. Leaves turn red and yellow and begins to fall. Hay is cut and dried and for feeding farm animals. Grapes and other fruits are plucked, used for making wine and juices, and preserved in other forms. Now, here is the map of Europe, and you can see the land, the percentage of land being cultivated here. Land and agriculture in Europe. European plains are highly suitable for agriculture. Due to the rainfall throughout the year, plains are fertile. Some mountainous regions like Norway are not suitable for agriculture. And there is an acute shortage of land in Holland, and a small portion of a land from the sea have been built to reclaim, and the reclaimed land is called as fodder. In eastern and northern Europe, cultivation is mostly as snow covers the land for almost 6 months. Sowing takes place in spring. Crops ripen in summer and are ready for harvest in autumn. So only one crop is raised. In southern Europe, two crops can be raised. Wheat is the main crop. Fruits cultivation is prominent in southern Europe. Mediterranean climates are famous for wine, barley, oats, rye, sugar, beet, potato, etc. Now, let us see agriculture revolution. Agriculture is practiced by a very small population in Europe, and no small farmers are present due to the Industrial Revolution, which enabled farmers to cultivate large tracts of lands with very little labor. Machines and chemical fertilizers are used extensively, and farming produce is mainly for the sale in the market. Most of the cultivation is carried out in large farming, more than 50 to 100 acres in size, and big farmers hire laborers in work on their fields. They also use heavy machines like tractors and harvesters. Large holdings and mechanized farming enable European farmers to earn a good income, and fresh meat is obtained from poultry, cattle, and pig of the farm. Preservative is done by smoking, and cheese and other products are also produced. And here we see that they use all the latest and the modern technology in agriculture. Discovery of sea routes. People of Europe have been trading with India and other countries of Asia like Indonesia and China. Europeans traded for exchange of gold and silver for cotton, silk, and other products. And we find two sea routes. One sea route, it took a land route via from the Mid East, Iran, and Afghanistan. The other sea route via the Red Sea and the Arabian. So the European sailors they began to search for a new route to trade with India because European and Afghans were at war and Mediterranean Sea was controlled by the Italian merchants. Columbus, in search of India, he was able to discover West Indies. And after Columbus, Europeans discovered several sea routes and they could now sail to Africa, India, and Australia. And Vasco da Gama was the person who discovered the sea route to India. So, in this chapter, we read about seasons, the agriculture, and the sea route. Thank you.